If you can dream it, we can plan it. Oh, where do you want to go? Just let me know. Magic moments, far off oceans. We're chasing sunsets, chasing hope. Pack your bags, we'll handle the rest. With dreams and destinations, we're chasing the best. Your imagination, our inspiration. We'll take you coast to coast, no hesitation. Like dreams and destinations.
Hello, and welcome to Dreams and Destinations, a travel podcast brought to you by the agents of A Dream and a Wish Travel Co. I'm your host, Travel Wiz Liz. As you can see, the Duchess of Disney, aka Miss Ashlyn, is still in Michigan on her awesomely cool trip through my childhood and hers, because if you don't remember, we grew up in the same area. So pretty cool. I'm super jealous, but fear not, she will be back this week. So I'm going to real quick tell you a few things about my week and some craziness that happened. So first, most importantly, I registered for my first ever RunDisney 10K. Woo! But also, I'm a little scared. So if you follow my Instagram at all and you go back about a year, I was trying to do this Run to Disney marathon type thing where basically I would run every day a certain amount until I ran the distance between my front door and Cinderella's castle, which is roughly 78 miles. I was doing really well. I made it like 12 days, and then I have a really bad hip injury that flared up, and I had to abandon my dream of running to the castle for now. Then RunDisney released their springtime surprise medal lineup, and can I just say, my heart skipped a beat when I saw Robin Hood as one of the medals for that race, because I adore that movie. I adore that fox. I don't know what it is about him, but I love it. So I registered. If you are going to register for a RunDisney race, I highly, highly, highly recommend you do a little research about the registration process, because it's crazy. When I tried to do this for the princess race, I failed miserably because I only had one device. And apparently, if you only have one device, you're crazy and you're never getting in. So this time I came prepared. I had several devices all set up, and I got right in the waiting room at about 9:55. It refreshed, put me in line. The line it puts you in is just the queue to enter the site and purchase your ticket. So keep that in mind. If you do a RunDisney race, once you get into the site, you don't actually have that race bib until you click the submit payment or continue or whatever it was. So even if you've clicked to register and you've gone through the whole process, you don't have it until you get that congratulations, you're running a race. So I got in this time. I had 3 devices going. One got in. The other 2 never got in before it sold out. So glad I went and did it that way this time. If you are planning on registering for a race yourself, just a heads up, have the answers to those questions ready. So it'll ask you all of the normal information whenever you sign up for anything. But if you have a My Disney experience, your RunDisney account will link to that already, to your Disney account. So your email, everything will autofill for you, but it will ask you things like your shirt size. It will ask you things about your running times as well, which those can be changed if you're not sure. So I picked the slower times, a little bit slower, which means I'm going to have to start the race a little bit earlier. But just in case I'm not up to a faster pace, I wanted to make sure I could get those slower times, because those are the ones that will fill up quickly, those slots. So you kind of have to guess where you're going to be a year from now. I'm hoping I can do my 10 to 12 minute mile and that the balloon ladies don't kick me out of the race, but you never know. The other thing that you should note about the RunDisney races is some of the questions it will ask you, like your shirt size, your mile times, things like that. You are able to change those after you register. So if you like me, select youth medium for your shirt size, you can go in and fix that. And it's not a big deal. The mile splits, I'm not sure if like those sell out the way the races sell out too. So just kind of have an idea in mind. And if you're not sure, go on the upper end. Just know that it means you start the race a little bit earlier. So, anyways, I got registered. I'm in 269 days. I will be running a 10K with my man Robin Hood and Prince John and Sir Hiss, or Little John and Sir Hiss and King Richard. And I just can't wait. It's going to be so awesome. Or I'm going to die a slow, miserable death. Not sure which one. It's definitely going to be one or the other. But if you are signed up for the springtime surprise, please send me a message on Instagram, Travel with Liz. Let me know, because right now I'm doing this by myself and I'm a little terrified for what I'm getting into. Also, if you need lodging or a roommate and you haven't booked it yet, send me a message. Let me get you a quote. Let me get you a hold on one of those rooms, because even though the promos aren't out for the spring yet, the rooms will fill up. So go ahead and get those rooms early so you can get signed up. So there you have it, folks. I am running a RunDisney race, and a little scared, but I'm going to be okay. So the second part of the podcast today, the little mini cast that I'm going to solo run, I wanted to talk a little bit about the Disney Cruise Line check-in experience, which I also had in the past couple of weeks, because not only are we going to Disney on Tuesday, but we are also going on a Disney cruise next week. So I have done that check-in process, and I want to kind of cover some of the FAQs that come up when you're checking in for a Disney cruise. So first and foremost, you should download the Navigator app if you have a Disney cruise planned, and link your cruise to it. Please talk to your travel agent, or let me know if you don't have a travel agent. I would love to help you get your cruise connected to the app. This is where you'll be able to see the excursions, the activities on the boat, all of that stuff will be on the app. And once you sail on the cruise, the schedule and everything will also be on the cruise. At midnight on your check-in day, which if you are a first-time sailor, that will be 30 days prior to departure at midnight. So if your check-in is July 1st, you can check in at midnight, which means you are on that app ready to go on June 30th at 11:59. You're ready to go. And when the clock strikes 12, Cinderella, you click that check-in button. This is going to be important because your check-in determines when you are allowed to board the ship on that first day. The earlier you are able to check in, the earlier you get on the boat. So if you are a first-time sailor, everybody who's a first-time Disney Cruise Line guest checks in at that 30-day mark. After you've done at least one sailing, you get a bonus 3 days. So you can check in 33 days. Then at the next level, you get 35 days, 38 days, or if you're a Pearl, you just automatically get the second boarding group. So check in whenever. When you go to check in, it's going to ask you this is the first questions that come up. So you're going to get your obvious questions, verify all your guests, their birthdays, all that stuff. Then it's going to ask you for your travel documents. Unfortunately, even if you work with an agent, this is not something that we are able to do for you. And the reason is those are sensitive documents that as agents, we are not able to have all of that information, as well as a lot of us wouldn't be really comfortable with all of that stuff as well. So you are going to have to upload that. The second reason is if you are traveling with children, you have to sign the waivers and the things for the kids club. I legally cannot sign my guest's name, because then it creates a whole world of drama. So when you check in, it's going to have you upload first your travel documents. These must be pictures. So don't make the mistake I did and have PDFs of your passport, because it will not accept it. It has to be a JPEG file. I think it can be other photo file types, but it's got to be a photo file type. If you take a photo with your phone, make sure you turn off live photo and it is a photo, not that movie file, whatever it is. I'm not a techie, so I don't actually know what it's called, but it's movie something. Then it's going to ask you for a headshot. This is your on and off the boat. It's kind of how they verify when they check your ID that you are who you say you are, that your key to the world magic card is who you say you are as well. When you take this photo, it can be a selfie, but please make sure when you take it, you cannot have anything on your head. So this would not get approved because I have a headband and headphones and things like that. You can't have anything blocking your face, a mask or anything like that. It has to be a shoulder up headshot with nothing on your head or around your face. So it can be a quick selfie. You can smile, not smile, but think like passport picture. That's what you need. You will also upload that. It's going to ask you who your emergency contact back home is if anything should happen. That way they know who to Disney Cruise Line knows who to contact. Once you get through all that kind of check-in document type stuff, it's then going to ask you about the kids traveling with your party. So if you're traveling as adults only, you'll skip over this part. But if you have kids with you, it's going to ask you some questions for their kids club registration. So you're going to sign some waivers, things like that. And then one of the most important things, and one of the ways I think Disney Cruise Line does a phenomenal job making families feel safe and comfortable on the boat, is they ask you first, who can the kids in your cabin be checked out by? So when I traveled with my family and all of us went, we put each other's names on the check-in. So if I wanted to go pick up my niece and nephew, I could. Or if my sister wanted to go pick up all the kids, she could. You have to verify that. Automatically, it can default to just the people in your stateroom, which for this cruise, since it's just our families, that is what we defaulted to, is just our family. So then when you go to scan and pick them up, you have to have your picture, your magic band, and the kids to check them out. But the other thing they do, which I think just adds that layer of security, and this is phenomenal, is they are going to ask you for a code word that your family will use to check your child out of the kids club. So not only do you have to have the photo and the magic band and it matches your kid's name and it's on their magic band with their photo, but they're also going to ask you what your magic word is, and you have to be able to provide that to them. So when you do this, don't pick something like Disney or Wish or something that is easily guessable. Pick something that's unique to your family that you'll remember. It could be your street name. It could be the name of your pet, something like that, that just is very true to you guys that you can use. That way, that's just that added level of security that makes you just feel so much more comfortable when checking them out. So once they have all the information they need for your check-in, the last thing they're going to ask you is, what is your port arrival time? Now, it all depends on when you arrive at the port. If you arrive the day before, you can pick an earlier time because you're already in the city. If you are traveling by plane, it all kind of depends on when you want to get on the boat. So keep in mind, when you pick your port arrival time, Disney Cruise Line will not allow you to enter the cruise terminal until that time. So if you show up at the parking garage with all your stuff ready to go and your port arrival time isn't for 1 hour, they will make you wait in these little like stanchioned off areas for your port arrival time. And when that time hits, then they will let you into the terminal to get on the ship to go through security. So keep in mind, your port arrival time is not your get on the boat time. It's your enter the terminal time. And they're 15-minute intervals, and you cannot enter prior to that interval. You can enter after, but you cannot enter prior. If you check in early, the earlier port arrival times will be available to you. However, if you check in later, they will not be available. You will have to get on the boat later, as late as 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, when the boat is set to depart. Around 3:30 is when the boat leaves port, typically. Some guests aren't even getting on the boat until 3 o'clock. I like to get on a little bit earlier so I can eat, I can enjoy the amenities, I can go to the pool, I can just explore a little bit. So the earlier, the better. Now, if you decide to stay at a Disney resort prior to your cruise because you are sailing out of Port Canaveral, you are able to take the Disney transportation, which will give you an automatic early port time because the port arrival time matches the arrival of that Disney Express, which I'm doing that later this year. So I will have more details then, but that is kind of the workaround for the check-in. But otherwise, it is completely linked to the time you are able to check into your cruise, which hopefully is right at midnight, the earliest possible date. So that's kind of my experience with the Disney Cruise Line check-in. I said this is going to be a mini episode because in truth, I recorded one already and my sound was not working. And so the whole thing went out the window, and I decided I'm not going to do another 20-30 minute episode. I'm just going to give you a quick lowdown of that to help you guys out. I also wanted to share something with you. So if you've made it to the end of this episode, you are in for a treat. I did not advertise this. We are not going to advertise this on any of our socials. The only way you get to see this is if you stick around through the end of this episode, because we have a very special episode in the works right now that will be debuting later on this year, and we cannot wait to show you. And because I needed something to fill time, I have to show you as well. So we will be doing a special episode for the kids of A Dream and a Wish Travel Co., where we will be interviewing them about their favorite things to do in Disney on vacation, things that make travel special and that really showcase how having a travel agent for a mom can mean you get to live some really awesome experiences. So here's a quick sneak peek at what that will entail. I hope you guys really like it because I think it's wonderful.
Welcome to Dreams Just Destination, a travel podcast brought to you by A Dream in English Travel Co. Done.
Please keep.
There are arms and legs and feet inside the tram.
Okay.
Done.
Wait, I got to ask you some questions. Okay. Talk in the microphone. What's
Into the microphone.
What's your favorite thing about Disney?
It is Minnie Mouse, and Goofy, and Pluto.
Oh. What's your favorite ride there?
Peter Pan.
Oh. What happens on Peter Pan? Is it scary?
No, Captain Hook.
Captain Hook happens, okay. What's your ride that's so scary?
It is a roller coaster.
Oh, did you ever ride it?
Nope.
It's too fast?
Yep, it's like a Disney hotel.
Oh.
Wow.
What are you wearing on your head?
It's a hub pants.
A headband?
Mommy.
Okay. Have you ever done pin trading?
Yes.
Can you tell me what pin trading is?
Lion King.
Oh, it's Lion King?
Whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay, do you have anything else you want to say to the camera?
Yeah.
What do you want to say?
I want to say we get ice cream.
Oh, okay. Mickey ice cream?
Yeah.
All right.
I gotta go. Bye.
So that's all the time I have today, short and sweet, but I do have to pack for my Disney trip that is in about 36 hours, and I have packed like 4 shirts. So I need to get back on that, but be sure to follow along with Dreams and Destinations podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Remember, we drop new episodes or mini-sodes every week at 7 o'clock every single Sunday. So come back and see us for more. And if you don't already, you better follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Dreams and Destinations Podcast. And be sure to follow A Dream and a Wish Travel Co. on social media, including Facebook and Instagram. You can visit our agency website or any of our Instagrams to request a vacation quote and get those springtime surprise rooms booked ASAP. Thank you again for listening, and tune in next week when the Duchess herself will be returning and the gang is back together. Thanks for listening. See you next week.
Stamps and our passports, laughter, rats on dancing through airports. The journey goes on. Travel tips, whispers, secrets unfold. Every adventure, a story retold. Pack your bags, we'll handle the rest. With dreams and destinations, we're chasing the best. Your imagination, our inspiration, will take you coast to coast, no hesitation. From Paris lights to Tokyo nights, we'll find the magic in every flight. If you can dream it, we'll make it true. The world's wide open, just me and you. Pack your bags, we'll handle the rest. With dreams and destinations. chasing the best. Your imagination or inspiration will take you coast to coast, no hesitation. So